Who were some of the smartest athletes who signed some of the best contracts? Well, best for them. Number 8. Bobby Bonilla. Bobby Bonilla is widely known for his unique contract arrangement with the New York Mets. Born in the Bronx, New York, Bobby embarked on a career that spanned over 16 seasons in Major League Baseball. In 1992, the New York Mets signed Bonilla to a 5-year contract worth $29 million, making him one of the highest paid players in the league at that time. However, what made Bonilla's contract stand out is the deferred payment structure that was negotiated. Instead of receiving the full sum up front, the Mets agreed to make annual payments to Bonilla starting from July 1st, 2011 and continuing until July 1st, 2035. This arrangement included an 8% annual interest rate, resulting in Bonilla earning approximately $1.19 million each year during this period. This unique contract allowed the Mets to free up payroll space in the early 1990s while still fulfilling their financial obligation to Bonilla. The decision to defer payment was based on the Mets' belief that they would generate significant returns on their investments through a deal with Bernie Madoff, a financier who was later convicted of running a Ponzi scheme. Obviously, the Madoff investment did not work out, and the Mets were left with a considerable financial burden in the form of Bonilla's deferred payments. Beyond his contract, Bonilla had a notable career as a professional baseball player. He made his MLB debut with the Chicago White Sox in 1986 and went on to play for several teams, including the Pittsburgh Pirates, New York Mets, Baltimore Orioles, Florida Marlins, and Atlanta Braves. In 1994, he famously played cards in the Mets clubhouse during a playoff game while his team lost to the Atlanta Braves, which drew criticism from fans and media. Despite this incident, Bonilla maintained a successful career and was recognized for his contributions to the game. Today, Bobby Bonilla's deferred payment from the Mets continues to draw attention and discussion in the sports world every July 1st. His contract was the most famous deferred payment arrangement amongst sports fans, and while it's often viewed as an unconventional arrangement, it serves as a reminder of the complexities and unique dynamics that can exist in professional sports contracts. Number 7. Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh is a former professional basketball player known for his remarkable career and off-court achievements. Bosh's basketball journey reached its peak when he joined the Miami Heat, where he formed the iconic Big Three alongside LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. Together, they led the Heat to 2 NBA championships in 2012 and 2013. However, Bosh's career took an unexpected turn when he was diagnosed with blood clot issues during the 2015-2016 season. Despite multiple attempts to return to the court, he was ultimately waived by the Heat in 2017. Bosh officially retired from professional basketball in 2019, leaving behind a legacy of greatness. A very notable aspect of Bosh's career is his contract with the Miami Heat. In 2014, he signed a massive 5-year, $118 million deal, positioning him as a franchise player. Unfortunately, his health issues cut his time on the court short. However, even after his retirement, Bosh continued to receive payments from the Heat. Starting from November 15, 2017 until November 1, 2022, Bosh received 120 twice-monthly installments of roughly $434,000, totaling around $52.1 million. Beyond basketball, Bosh has explored various passions and pursuits. He has dedicated time to his family, cherishing moments with his wife Adrienne Williams and their 5 children. Bosh also discovered his talent for writing, leading him to publish a book titled Letters to a Young Athlete. In this memoir and advice book, Bosh shares his reflections on his career, life lessons learned through basketball, and his personal growth. Number 6. Bill Fralic. Bill Fralic was an ex-NFL player who negotiated a unique and lucrative deal during his career. In the 1985 NFL Draft, Fralic was selected as the 2nd overall pick by the Atlanta Falcons. His rookie deal immediately paid him $600,000 along with a signing bonus totaling $7 million in his first 4 years. In 1992, he utilized the newly established free agency system to transition from the Falcons to the Detroit Lions, doubling his salary from $800,000 to $1.6 million. However, it was during his contract negotiations with the Falcons that Fralic displayed his foresight. Instead of a one-time fee or a fixed payment period, Fralic's lawyer requested that the Falcons pay him $150,000 per year for the rest of his life. This perpetual contract ensured a steady income stream for Fralic even after his playing days were over. While his contract may not have reached the magnitude of Bobby Bonilla's deal, Fralic's provision offered him long-term financial stability. After retiring from football, Fralic explored various endeavors. He ventured into professional wrestling, participating in the 20-man Battle Royal at WrestleMania 2. He also worked as a TV commentator from 1995 to 1997 and as a Pittsburgh Panthers broadcaster from 2004 to 2010. Sadly, Bill passed away on December 13, 2018 at the age of 56 after battling cancer. He was just 1 month away from receiving another $150,000. Number 5. Max Scherzer. Max Scherzer is a current pitcher for the Texas Rangers who has had an impressive career and has earned significant attention for his contract deals. In the 2006 MLB draft, Scherzer was selected by the Arizona Diamondbacks in the first round as the 11th overall pick. He made his major league debut with the Diamondbacks in April 2008 and quickly showcased his talent with a strong performance. After a few successful seasons with the Diamondbacks, Scherzer was traded to the Detroit Tigers in December 2009. During his time with the Tigers, Scherzer continued to establish himself as one of the top pitchers in the league. He formed a dominant starting duo alongside Justin Verlander and contributed to the Tigers' success. Scherzer's achievements include multiple All-Star appearances and winning the prestigious Cy Young Award. In January 2015, he signed a monumental 7-year, $210 million contract with the Washington Nationals, which was one of the largest contracts in sports history at that time. Scherzer's contract with the Nationals had an interesting payment structure. The first 4 seasons of the contract were paid as a normal salary, earning him around $105 million. However, the remaining 3 years of the deal were deferred, and he would receive $15 million per year on July 1st from 2022 to 2028. In July 2021, Scherzer was traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers, where he continued to showcase his exceptional skills. In December 2021, Scherzer signed another notable contract, this time with the New York Mets. The 3-year, $130 million deal made an average of $43.3 million per year. Beyond his baseball career, Scherzer's personal life has also attracted attention. He met his wife Erica May while attending the University of Missouri, where she was a pitcher on the softball team. The couple got married in 2013 and they have 3 kids together. Scherzer also has the unique physical characteristic of having different colored eyes, which is known as heterochromia iridum, something that's become a part of his personal brand. Number 4. Bret Saberhagen. Bret Saberhagen is a former professional baseball player who achieved great success during his career. He is best known for his time as a pitcher in Major League Baseball, playing for teams such as the Kansas City Royals and the New York Mets. Saberhagen's career was highlighted by his 2 Cy Young Awards, which he won while playing for the Royals in 1985 and 1989. One notable aspect of Saberhagen's career is his contract with the New York Mets, often referred to as the real original Bobby Bonilla contract. This contract included deferred payments of $250,000 per year for 25 years, starting in 2004. Off the field, Saberhagen's life has seen interesting developments. After retiring from professional baseball, he transitioned to coaching and became the coach of the Calabasas varsity baseball team in Calabasas, California. This allowed him to share his expertise and passion for the sport with young players. Saberhagen's dedication to the game was evident in his negotiations for his contract. He insisted on a signing bonus and secured deferred payments to ensure a guaranteed income for his future. Number 3. Rick DiPietro. Rick DiPietro is a former professional ice hockey goaltender who has had a career filled with highs and lows. He was selected first overall by the New York Islanders in the 2000 NHL draft. The Islanders demonstrated their belief in his abilities by signing him to a 15-year, $67.5 million contract in 2006. However, DiPietro's career was marred by a series of unfortunate injuries that prevented him from reaching his full potential. He suffered from various ailments including hip and knee surgeries, concussions, and facial fractures, which sidelined him for extended periods. These injuries limited his playing time and hindered his ability to establish consistency on the ice. While his time with the Islanders was marked by both triumphs and struggles, DiPietro had notable moments of brilliance. During the 2003 Stanley Cup playoffs, he played a pivotal role in the team's success, showcasing his exceptional skills. However, injuries often interrupted his progress, preventing him from establishing a consistent presence in the Islanders' net. In 2013, the Islanders used a compliance buyout on DiPietro's contract, effectively ending his tenure with the team. He briefly joined the Carolina Hurricanes organization but played the majority of his remaining professional career in the American Hockey League, representing the Bridgeport Sound Tigers and the Charlotte Checkers. His record-breaking deal, overshadowed by injuries, highlights the unpredictable nature of athletic careers. Under the buyout terms, DiPietro got $24 million he was still owed in the contract. The payments are still giving him $1.5 million a year until 2029. Off the ice, DiPietro is known for his charismatic personality and sense of humor. Today, DiPietro has transitioned into the next phase of his life, finding success as a media personality and commentator. His experience and unique perspective offer valuable insights into the game, while his charismatic personality continues to entertain fans. Number 2. Bruce Sutter. Bruce Sutter, a pioneer of relief pitching, had a fascinating career that left a lasting impact on the game of baseball. He played for several teams throughout his career, including the Chicago Cubs, St. Louis Cardinals, and Atlanta Braves. Sutter's legacy extends beyond his performance on the field, as he was known for revolutionizing the role of the closer. One aspect of Sutter's career that stood out was his unique contract with the Atlanta Braves. In 1985, he signed a 6-year deal worth $9.1 million, which was a substantial amount at the time. However, the Braves made an unusual agreement with Sutter, as they agreed to pay him deferred payments of no less than $1.12 million annually through 2021. This meant that Sutter continued to receive regular payments from the Braves even though he had retired in 1988. The contract was often compared to the infamous Bobby Bonilla contract, albeit with much less media attention. Sutter's contributions to the game were highly regarded. He was widely recognized as a pioneer of relief pitching, particularly for popularizing the split-finger fastball, a devastating pitch that became his signature weapon. Sutter's ability to consistently fool hitters with his splitter revolutionized the way teams approached the late innings of games. Sadly, Bruce Sutter passed away in late 2022 at the age of 69. His legacy as a Hall of Fame reliever and a trailblazer in the game will continue to be remembered. If you're enjoying this video, stay right here for our past release to find out exactly how Kanye made Adidas cool again. Number 1. Chris Davis. Chris Davis is a retired ex-baseball player for the Baltimore Orioles. He made headlines not only for his on-field performance, but also for his contract arrangement. Davis signed a landmark 7-year, $161 million contract with the Orioles in January 2016, marking the richest deal in team history. Davis had experienced a standout season in 2013, However, his subsequent years saw a decline in performance, with a notable record-low batting average in 2018 and a 2019 season where he endured a record-breaking streak of consecutive at-bats without a hit. Injuries further limited his playing time, and he played only 16 games in 2020 before announcing his retirement in August 2021. Despite his retirement, Davis will continue to receive payments from the Orioles for many years to come, in a strategic move reminiscent of, yep, you're right, the Bobby Bonilla contract. Davis opted to defer a portion of his salary. As part of the agreement, Davis agreed to reduce his annual salary by $6 million, resulting in a yearly payment of $17 million instead of the original $23 million. The deferred payments are structured to provide financial security for Davis during his retirement years. Starting in 2023, Davis will receive annual payments of $9.16 million for the next 3 years. Subsequently, from 2026 to 2032, he will receive $3.5 million per year for a period of 7 years. The final installment consists of 5 payments of $1.4 million per year, scheduled from 2033 to 2037. In total, Davis will receive $59 million in deferred payments over a 15-year period. Click to watch one of these next videos. Let us know in the comment section which sport would you rather watch in person, an NFL game or an NBA game.